transition into the next segment, do you want to stay in Brooklyn or do you want to go somewhere else?
No, you stay in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yes.
So since we're staying in Brooklyn, we're new with the podcast, but we had 3 or 4 previous episodes. And when we talked about the Brooklyn Nets, we had a take that went viral that you did. And one of that take was basically we were discussing the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, and the context was based around what's happening with players forcing themselves out of contracts that they signed, basically around KD and other players. And what did you say when you was banging on the table, when you was letting the warning out?
The owners are coming.
The owners are coming.
They are coming.
We're going to keep saying that week in and week out on every podcast when we discuss basketball until the 2024 CBA.
Facts.
So we already talked about this once, twice, 3 times, but new development has been going on that just was released this morning involving KD. Now, we told y'all in our last podcast, and I'll overlay a clip when we release this segment. We said, if we're the owners need to get behind the scenes and band together and stop this.
I can assure you they're calling Joseph aside. The other NBA owners are telling him, don't give in.
Don't fold.
Don't give in. We got your back. Don't give in. Just hold in. And I can assure you they're telling them because they're sick of this. They're sick of this. The players, it just boggles my brain. And this is coming from somebody that works hard. We all work hard, right? You get $100 and something million. You can graduate to generational wealth, and because you don't get your way, you come in out of shape and show your ass. Really.
Because it's going to be a bad look going forward. Now, before I continue, just so you don't think that we're just saying this for clicks and likes and trying to go viral, and I'll post this screenshot too when I release the clip. But now NBA players are starting to see it. So now it's not little podcasters.
Yes.
I wish I had the screenshot that I'm going to place over the video. Patrick Beverly just tweeted out this morning. I can't find the tweet right now, but again, I'm going to place it over where Patrick Beverly is saying, yo, this is bad business. This is going to hurt moving forward.
Right.
The NBA players are now seeing and speaking out. Like basically what they're saying is we're going to hurt the younger players. We're already established in our career. Some of us are in our 30s. Some of us made our money. Some of us are on the downside of our prime. But what about them 23-year-olds that are looking to sign max contracts around this time?
Right.
But I'm going to let you take it away on your thoughts on what's going on, the new development with now nobody wants to give up half their team for KD. What do you think about that?
Okay, so to pick up where we left off at, every time when we talked about it, I think the last time we talked about it, they were trying to get rid of him. Nobody was picking him up. And I think part of it was, or the majority reason why, was because the owners is probably sitting behind closed doors like, yo, don't take it. Don't take it. We're not going to deal with it. So you can sit your behind over there.
Signed a 4-year
and go fit
deal.
over there.
You still got 4 years.
You go over there and you still going to deal with that because what you think you are is you bigger than the league. So what it is that the owners got behind closed doors and said, since that's what you want to do, good luck with that. What did I say in that previous podcast? Good luck with that. Because they're all looking at you. I told you if I was Joseph Tsai, I'd be laughing at him. I'm like, I mean you nowhere.
That's exactly what you said.
I'd be like, I mean you nowhere. What you going to do about it? What are you going to do? I will make you sit there for 4 years, and I'll pay you, and that's fine. You can sit there. It's not going to hurt me. It's going to hurt you down the line. Who's going to want you in their locker room? What are you going to do? You're going to ball? This is how he should have looked at it. And I didn't even get to start where he really left off at. You are in your 30s. Okay, you got a few more years left. When this contract ends, I think he's supposed to be like 38.
Yeah, I think he turns 34 in September.
I would have dared him to sit out. What you going to do about it? You're going to be 38. Good luck on somebody picking you up, and you ain't even going to get what you want. You're going to be begging to be on a team at that point. So
that's if he hasn't retired at that age. I'm not saying now. I'm talking about when he's 37, 38.
So I don't think Durant has really thought this through. But let me put this clear. When we left off, he was trying to get traded. Then he comes out and leaks it out, well, it's either Steve Nash goes, who I told you to go get and bring him in, and I want Sean Marks to go, and both of them go, or I'm going. And I guess he had a meeting with Joseph Tsai, and then they all came to terms.
You had to come to Jesus moment.
Right. You know what it was? They probably told him, like, look, either you roll with it or we're just going to stand pat. We're going to stand pat. We don't care. We don't care. Because I know them owners went to Tsai and was like, yo, don't bend. And we're not trading for him. They couldn't get one person.
Real quick, because, you know, we're not trying to stay on one topic for 30 minutes.
Yeah. No, we got time, though.
Yeah. Just in general. When we discussed this, see, what he saw was what the team got for Rudy Gobert. They got like 5 first-round picks, 2 players.
Right.
He was like, well, I'm KD.
Right.
That's what y'all did for Rudy Gobert? Y'all about to offer 7 first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding that that's working against you. You're right. You're not Rudy Gobert, so we're going to make an example out of you.
Right. And
we're going to make an example out of you because we're going to show. And I'm all before somebody starts saying, oh, well, you just shucking and jiving for the owners. No, I'm all for the players getting the money. But one thing that you're going to understand is, what did you say last time? You're hurting the younger black players that y'all think y'all care about.
Facts.
The CBA is coming in less than 2 years where y'all have to renegotiate terms. Y'all are going to pit them younger kids that are on the verge of signing their max deals. And
he made those demands, which was insane, and I laughed. I know Joseph Tsai was laughing. I know Sean Marks was laughing, and I know Steve Nash was laughing because they weren't going to go anywhere. You and KD and Kyrie Irving have both made this a mess, and they're making it bad. And the difference between Gobert is not pairing up with somebody and then acting out and showing his behind. You want out because it's not working out from what you decided to bring in there. So what everybody's saying, from Stephen A. Smith to Shannon Sharp, every one of them, we've all said it, and I've even said it, and you said it. Like, you know, you kind of went out here and now you're making demands. Like, really, KD? Who are you? You've never brought a title anywhere. You couldn't do it. And let's be honest, and this is the side shot I'm going to throw. When it was just you and LeBron, man on man, LeBron mopped the floor with you 4-1 in the series. I remember that. Right?
Oh, so, you're talking about when he was on the OKC Thunder.
Yeah, right.
But, hey,
and you were in your prime.
Didn't he get his revenge with Golden State? You're not going to give him that?
Really? Because you got Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, all them over there, and Draymond Green. Really? Who did LeBron have when he
crossed him up and made him fall?
My God. It was like 4-on-1, man.
Okay.
I wish it, shouts out to my man Drew. I hope when we get him, we're going to get him in soon. We're going to get him in. He's like our Woj. Really, like LeBron, that was like 4-on-1, man. That was 4-on-1. So let's be real. Like this was KD's one chance to show, I can go and build my own team and I can do it. The owners and the GM gave you what you wanted. Steve Nash is not going nowhere. Even though, let's be honest, as a side note, Steve Nash didn't deserve that job, but whatever.
Who would you have put in his place?
Who in front of Steve Nash's place?
Yeah.
Right now?
I'm just saying in general.
In general, I have to put like a coach that's not going to babysit KD's mess.
Okay. I get
where you're going with that.
Need
if to be honest with you, if you wanted to make KD's life miserable, because I heard whispers out there about Mark Jackson. Like, he ain't going to babysit that. Like, if Kyrie wants to act like a buffoon, like, you can just go sit somewhere and go, don't play, man. Like, we don't want you here. Like, Kyrie and them, and this is the one question I want to ask. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. If I was the owner, I'd just be looking like this. What are you going to do? I will give you, because I'm the owner and I'm a billionaire. I'm only giving you a certain amount of millions. You know I will still be making millions while you're old behind and sitting in a chair somewhere, right? You do know I'll just sit here and wait and pay you out and just make you sit and watch. I don't know what league you think you're going to start, what companies you're going to start, who you're going to help. Just tell me what you're going to do. I could go to the Players Association and tell them, y'all need to get those dudes up out of here because they're going to make it worse for you. That's why I know Tsai. They're trying to make this look like we all have come to terms. I know behind closed door they was telling KD, I wish you would. You've been leaking stuff. You've been telling you ain't going nowhere.
Well, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
you know what's hilarious?
What?
They first tried to get my team involved.
Yeah.
By leaking trade information. Well, we wanted Jaylen Brown and okay, let's full stop. Mm-hmm. I know the Celtics lost in the championship. I'm over that. Mm-hmm. We mopped the floor with the Nets.
Yeah.
Why in the blue hell would I give you Jaylen Brown, Grant Williams, our future first picks and our bench players when Jaylen Brown's 25 and Jason Tatum's 24 and your guy is turning 34?
And
what sense would that make?
Facts. You know what else is bothering me about this? It's not just the fact that KD's behavior, but if you're an owner, let's just say there was talks about him going to the Pelicans.
They was leaking all that on purpose.
They already got that mess with Zion and his behavior that they didn't want to deal with his out of shape behind. They're not going to want to deal with another headache and him coming in there and saying, this is what we're going to bring. And, because it seems like, in no disrespect, it seems like he's being a diva. Like he's having a moment and he's like, yo, y'all going to do what I want to do. No. We ain't going to do nothing. That's what Simon probably done told him. Sean Marks and them ain't going nowhere. You wanted him, you going to sit here and you going to figure it out. And if you don't want to, good luck, because none of the other owners is going to do it. I'm telling you, owners ain't on their side. So the owners is looking like, even, let's just hypothetically say Cy was like, yo, I'm going to get you out of it. Because he probably, to be honest with you, if that was me and you, because I know you always play the scenario, what if that was us? If Cy was being sincere, and I'm not saying he's not, if he was just like, you know what, let me be fair. Let me just get you out of here. Because I don't want you in here because it's just a mess. I don't want to deal with it anymore, right? I don't want it in my locker room. And Nash is probably fed up too. Let's just be honest. So they say, yo, we're going to try to change another team. A lot of the GMs and Sean Marks is probably calling. And a lot of the teams is like, no, man, we ain't giving it up for him.
What did you say last podcast around Kyrie?
Mm-hmm.
The problem that these players are running into is you don't know which owner knows who.
Right.
Not saying who knows who, but who are friends.
Right.
They might not be telling y'all. You don't know what 4 owners are hanging out in their yacht.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they think they about to do this, but
yeah.
Behind closed doors, me and you's like this.
Right.
You came to my son's graduation.
Right.
You came to this such bar mitzvah. You came to this. You owe me $1 million back. And you don't know which owner is buddy with which owner.
Right.
They don't tell y'all that.
Right.
So they're sitting back laughing, saying, you're KD, but we're about to make an example out of you.
Right.
Good luck. Figure it out.
Yep. And he might as well take his money. You notice another thing, and it's not any shots thrown at his family. You notice his mother ain't really said too much.
I'm going to leave that alone.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to be goofy, but I just noticed she usually comes out in his defense. She got real quiet on this. You can't, even if my son was doing this, I'd be like, yo, come on, man. They gave you what you wanted. You got to play with them. Or at least tell them, you'll get Kyrie out of here. I get it. I'll take the L. We'll figure something out. But the players, this is why sometimes, and I hate to say it, when the owners be saying, yo, we can't let the players run the show. Because look at what they're doing. I know Jordan would never put up with this. As much as Jordan wants to win, and we all know he's the ultimate winner, even he knows KD, bringing KD in that locker room, because the minute it don't work out, he going to show his behind and want to act like a diva. And you just don't want to deal with it. You don't. I'm not your girlfriend and your babysitter, man. Go figure it out. You need to man up. And if nobody's even saying it to him, Shannon Sharp has kind of alluded to it. Like, yo, just man up. They gave you what you want. Your deal ain't even start yet, and you crying about getting out of here? Really? Really? You want to get it? We gave you $198 million. Guaranteed.
Generational money.
And you are crying because now you want out of here and now you want to go ball somewhere else. This isn't playground ball. This is business, and this is being a grown man. And the thing was with Kyrie, like, he's like, well, I want to go to LA. Jeannie, let me tell you this. And this is another side note. Jeannie Buss is already locked LeBron in for the next 2 years. She's hoping to God he brings some type of, if they don't win a title, at least get them to the finals. They got to do something.
She has to, not to cut you off,
right.
She has to prepare for life after. And
she just doesn't need that in there.
I'm not saying LeBron's not going to play to after 40, because I know us as basketball lovers, we would love to see him play till he's 42 or 43.
Yes.
But we have to be honest. LeBron turns 38 in December. He's either playing to 40 or he's not. So basically, we're at the fourth quarter of LeBron's career.
Yeah.
So to your point, Jeannie Buss is dealing with that contract and what they need to plan over the next 2 years, just in case LeBron says, okay, I gave the game everything I have. It's time for me to sit down.
Yeah.
They got to start making Russell Westbrook's off the books next season,
Yeah.
after next season. So they have a whole bunch to deal with after this year and then a year after that.
Let me tell you how the trickle down effect looks. It's everybody that's involved. It's KD's now the face, and that's what he did when he played himself, saying I want out. He said, let me be the face. He didn't say let me be, but he said, I'm just gonna be like everybody else. I'm gonna act out because let me be. He's not the only one, but he's the face now.
Okay.
Because of everything that's happened, right? He says, I'm making demands because Harden did the same mess. He was so brave. He even showed up out of shape. I wish I could be an owner. I wish I could just be the owner for the day. I would have dared him to come up out of shape. I'd have looked down. I got my security in here. We gonna run his behind up off the court. We're gonna attack him every day. We're gonna go after him every day. He gonna be running every day, getting in shape. Because I'm gonna make his life miserable. Like when he comes in or whatever, Ben Simmons acted out. He
that was
his
a back
behind.
surgery. Come on, man.
Oh, come on, man. Ain't no back surgery. He's a clown. So Ben Simmons acted out. He got out of there. Harden thinks he can just do what he wants. Like Houston gave him what he wanted.
Real quick, because I know we got a couple minutes on this topic.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Harden, did you see those pictures that they leaked?
No,
because they leaked some pictures and he looks like he's in college.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I guess he got the memo.
Yeah. This is his last stop.
I guess he got the memo.
The owners are tired. They know it. The owners are tired. So he did it. You see what Zion did. He got back in shape. Mm-hmm. They're not playing with you no more. They don't give y'all kids what y'all wanted. And y'all coming in here showing up and showing y'all behind. Even no disrespect to LeBron. I know LeBron has tried everything. See, this is the only reason why he gets the pass. But somebody's got to be in Genie Bus air like, you keep giving him what he wants. And the only thing that defends him is he got a title. We brought AD in here. He can't stay healthy past a certain amount of games. And he had this same problem in New Orleans. But you didn't know about it because he was in New Orleans. Nobody's watching. Nobody's going to this movie center watching games, man. Come on. So, it's what it is. But Russell Westbrook, same thing. He been doing this even when he was at OKC. It didn't work out in Houston. It didn't work out in Washington. And then you LeBron, asked me to bring him in here.
Instead of the other guy.
And then it gets worse. So we've done what y'all asked. It don't work. That's why sometimes it's a 50-50 line. Sometimes, yes, give the players some things that they want, but don't give them everything. Meaning other words, you give them like a player too, but it's like, no, you ain't gonna run this. Remember, if you ever watched The Last Dance, they were talking about how Jerry Krause kept telling Jordan no, because Jordan wanted certain players, especially from the North Carolina teams, and they told him no. They said, we're not bringing that guy in here. Like, because it doesn't
spot for me bringing up Jerry Krause.
It doesn't fit the team, right?
Yeah.
So my whole thing is like, and they were right. You know what I'm saying? They gave him certain players and they brought in, but they asked him like, if we bring in Rodman, you okay with this? Yes, but certain players that you just want on the team, man, it don't work out. And everybody keeps going back. You know what started this, and not to go off, the Miami Heat. But you got to remember when they went off, everybody was involved and they played their part. You wouldn't. Dwayne Wade would never do what Kyrie did. Chris Bosh had to take a backseat. Chris Bosh was like a 20-12 player.
Forget Chris Bosh.
And he took a lesser role to do this.
See, I'm gonna give you a name, two names. Norris Cole, backup point guard, Mario Chalmers.
Right.
On another team, these guys would be starting.
Facts.
When they came together, they said, all right, time to take a backseat. These guys are the leaders. We're going to play our position. Mm-hmm. Well, go ahead. Yeah, when LeBron built that super team, see, what they didn't understand was everybody was all in. It's just like when Skip tries to play LeBron about winning that title in the bubble, but he got everybody all in. That's why the Lakers gave him what he wanted, because he gets everybody all in. Like like even with Kyrie, that's why he said he tried to talk to the Cavaliers owner, like, let me go talk to him. And he's like, he won't talk to you. But long story short, if you let that guy walk out the door, you let him, just leave him alone. Leave him alone. I'm telling you, that's the end of this. It's the end of the super teams because it's starting to become too much of a headache. Also, Harden was going to be it was going to be him, and it was going to be Chris Paul, and it was going to be Russell Westbrook, and it was all going to work out, and it went flop. And Harden, then after they gave you what you wanted, you showed your behind just to get up out of there. Then you go to Brooklyn, you saw what Kyrie the nutbag did, so you wanted out of there, and they gave you what you wanted to get out of there. He gets a pass for that. But it's the fact that these players, these franchises are doing what you ask, and then you're showing you're behind when it don't work out. And if I'm the GM or the owner, I'm looking at you like, you better not be looking at me. I'm not helping you nothing. You said this is what you wanted, you're going to stay with this and what you wanted. So when these contracts, this CBA comes,
whatever comes from it and these young players got to deal with, you can thank James Harden, Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant, who will all be probably retired, on their way out the door, and will have nothing to do with it, and nobody's going to want to deal with them. I can assure you, Kyrie Irving, he ain't going to get a job nowhere. He ain't going to never get a job nowhere. You think anybody going to want his basketball analysis? I don't care. I don't care. I see how destructive of a person you are. You ain't won a title since you've been with LeBron, who you didn't want there anyway because you wanted your own team. And that didn't work out well, did it? You went to Boston and they got further without you. Seems like Brooklyn did better when you wasn't around. So I'm trying to, you get what I'm saying? It's just like, no, y'all got to think about the back end. And I remember Shannon Sharp, he's kept saying this about certain players. And not the sidetrack. It's like AB when you see him. Ain't nobody, I mean, he's doing interviews now. Do you really want to see him on an NFL show? No. I don't care less about, I saw the buffoonery you did and how you make black males look crazy. No, I don't want you. I don't want your opinion. Sponsors don't want to deal with you. I can tell you, I can speak for our culture. We don't want to deal with you. We'll do an interview with you, but we ain't gonna want to deal with you. I wouldn't put that guy on my network. So it's the same thing with Durant and Kyrie and all of them, what they doing. I'm not putting those guys on my network. I don't want them there. So, it'll be, you just, and then they say, well, the kids follow them right now. I can tell you the parents that are around are telling them, don't do that. Don't follow what they're doing. Because you'll be out the league.
So we cooked on that topic for a little minute. Mm-hmm. I got y'all takes out of that one, man. We're going to keep saying this for the next year and some change.
And
go ahead.
And let me say this. This is the last thing I'm going to say. They're going to try to fix this and make this work. Milwaukee ain't going nowhere, and players want to go there.
Yep.
Okay. Boston ain't going nowhere, and I forgot who else is on the East Coast that's popping. Chicago's coming.
Yep.
So, good luck. Philly seems like they're on point too with Embiid and the rest of their crew. Except they got Simmons the cancer out of there. They ain't going nowhere. So I don't know what you're going to do, because what the Celtics showed us is that you can't do it by yourself. And the Milwaukee Bucks showed it when they went to the finals and won a title, because you had your toenail on the line. You couldn't beat them either. We'll see, though.
We're going to keep saying this until the CBA comes up. The owners are coming.
Facts.